Hey guys, this is John Hockaday, and today we're kicking off a series of short videos of recent acquisitions that we've had over some just the very last few months and some maybe in the last couple of years. But these are all agents that were ready to be done. They were ready to retire or move on to whatever the next chapter in their life is. And we thought what would be helpful was just to do a little interview with them and get their feedback, like what they're doing now, but more importantly, kind of what their thinking was, what their thought process was as they came up to the stage in their career where they were ready to explore selling their book. If you think even right now that this could be you, this fits your scenario, that yeah, I think this is my last AEP that I'm going to go through. I'm ready to start at least exploring what the next steps might look like. I would really encourage you, and I would really appreciate it if you would give us a call now, and we just kind of start the conversation, because it usually takes a little while, and it can save us and you a lot of time rather than waiting till January or February before we start the conversation. There's zero pressure. I mean, zero. But if you think it's you, call us and let's you and I have a conversation, and then if it does end up that the timing is right for you, we can really hustle and be ready to close on your book right away as soon as we can in 2024. So hope that helps. And I hope you enjoy these. And if you got any questions, just don't hesitate to call us, okay? Okay, I'm introducing Debbie Deane here. Debbie is a great agent, really become a good friend from Virginia, and she had some of her book was in Colorado. But what really stands out to me about Debbie is in this process, it took longer than it should have. And it was not her fault. It was some things on our side of things that took a little longer than we anticipated, but we stuck in there together. She was super gracious, and I know the end result, she's really happy with it, and we are too. So I hope you enjoy this little clip on Debbie Deane and her book. How are you doing, Debbie?
I am doing well. How are y'all?
Good, good, good. Yeah, I brag on you a lot. I really do. I'm not just saying that because that's the right thing to say. But I do. You've just been the biggest pleasure to work with. And I
Oh
don't
my
know if
gosh.
it's true. It's true. When did we meet? When did we meet? It was like,
We met August of last year
are you
is
serious?
when, yeah, yep, you and I've been friends for over a year now.
I mean, okay, real quickly, just talk a little bit about yourself and how long you've been doing it and, whatever you want to share.
Oh, okay. I was in the insurance industry and I'm still keeping my licenses. I was in the insurance industry for 25 years and pretty much was on the operations side with a major corporation and kind of went as far as I could go with that. Then just moving out to Colorado with this major insurance company, I chose to go out on my own. And in the process of doing that, met a great partner in a small financial firm, and he knew what I did and asked if I would pick up Medicare as a customer service.
Mhm.
And in Colorado, just was appointed with one major insurance company. And when I sat down to meet them, within 5 minutes, I knew this is the path I wanted to take.
Mhm.
And, I did that for over 10 years of just straight Medicare. I thought I was going to balance everything, but I'm known to be a mother hen. So I kind of got attached to my members. And so that ended up being what I would do. And I did it all year. It
Yeah.
was 40 hours a week all year.
Yeah.
Found unique ways to reach out to people. And then when we moved back to Virginia, I started that in Colorado. When we moved back in Virginia, we live in a little town of 1,500. My closest Virginia client is 40 minutes away, 30 minutes away is my closest client.
Wow.
Had to pick up other companies, and then taking care of family. It was just starting to be time. Over 10
Yeah.
years of not having fall seasons And I know there's another plan for me also that I've been needing to kind of start jumping into. And I just didn't know how I was going to do it.
Yeah.
So it's been such a wonderful experience. I think I've brought 3 or 4 other agents on board over the years that I felt this would be a good niche for them.
Yeah.
And they took off with it. And yeah, it's been a huge blessing.
Great. Great. Well, you're a huge blessing. You really are. Really a
Oh,
great friend. And I don't, after I'm long gone and out of this business, I think Debbie Deane's number is still going to be in my phone. I have no doubt. No doubt about it.
oh, thank you. That's
Yeah.
awesome to know.
Yeah. I mean it. Okay. So you found us some way. You're probably searching around. You found us, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then time wasn't right last year. You wanted to go another AEP, but we said, hey, after the first of the year, let's get back together again. We're going to get serious about it and see if you still want to do it or not. Right?
Exactly. It was the timing of it all. And first, I didn't even know that this was an option. I've been kind of figuring out what was I going to do with all my members because, as you know, John, I like the customer service piece. They become my family. So I had someone mention, have you thought about selling your business? And then that's when I just started researching and reached out. And I first snuck in on some of y'all's webinars to kind of get the steps and how to do it, which were extremely helpful for me to get my brain around how this is even going to work.
Yeah.
And then when you and I touched base, it was kind of right on the cusp of too much going on right before AEP.
Yeah.
To wait.
Yeah. That's pretty common. I mean, I think that happens a lot that either they're searching for something like that and we pop up and they start checking us out. Maybe they kind of lay in the weeds and kind of read our stuff or start watching our stuff until they get kind of a little bit better feel. And then they'd like to talk about it, see how this all works. And so we kind of really got serious about it. It wasn't like last February or March, right in there.
It was. Yeah. We had to
Yeah.
just work through a couple of things and then I kept you in the loop, but then about March, April, we really kicked into high gear.
Okay, so I'm gonna just we're like full transparency here. So we're moving forward with this, and Debbie's book is split up between Virginia. She's got quite a few customers on the East Coast down there in the Southeast. And then she had a lot of customers in Colorado, where you lived before, right? So it's kind of split.
Absolutely, yes.
No problem. That's no big deal. But what we didn't realize was our Virginia appointment had lapsed, our license. We hadn't done any business there recently. And I don't know how it happened, but it happened. And we had such a problem getting that reinstated. And it really delayed everything at least 2 months, maybe even longer than that. Debbie was like so gracious about it. I mean, I kept telling her, you're being awful kind, and you sure don't have to be, but you were. And we just kind of stuck with it. That was our fault, but it all worked out. It all ended up coming together real nice. But I guess I'm kind of windy here, but it just doesn't always happen just a smooth straight line. There's always a few bumps, about in anything you do, but you got to trust each other. And if the other person is doing their best and being honest, then we're going to work through it and get to the finish line. So.
And that's how our relationship grew, because that's when sometimes when you run into the bumps, you really get that strong conviction this is the path you want to take. Because if you remember, as I was doing all my research, I didn't realize y'all were also under the integrity umbrella.
Right.
So we were also, being transparent. We were going to see what was going to happen under my FMO and everything that was going on. So it was just, I enjoyed that honesty that you and I had and working through it and being able to share my concerns, my excitement. what's
Yeah.
going on with the family and everything else,
You become really, I feel, good
and it
friends.
worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. My focus is customer service, and I needed to know they were going to be taken care of, because my conversations with my family is, I guess I can just try to cut back, but I was getting more referrals and I couldn't say no. And even though we had some things to work through, it showed me that y'all were hanging in like I hung in with my members, that I know that I could give them.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
hand them over, because that was
Yeah.
very important to me.
Okay, I'm going to tell, this is a little tidbit. We've bought in the last 2 years 27 books. Okay. So
Oh
I'm
my
not saying
goodness.
that's a lot. I'm not saying it's little. It's just what it is. But I've only got one, and that's Debbie Deane, that on every customer she has, you gave us a little commentary on them. Like, this lady is related to this person over here, or I found them through here, or just a little inside information on your personal feelings towards them. I mean, you talk about helpful for us to be able to add that stuff into their into their profile for us, our guys. So it's really been great. And like I say on a lot of these deals, when you've got an agent who really, really cares about their customers, they have a great friendship. And when they come to this point and they're ready to move on, and they pass that baton on to us, your recommendation just carries us way down the road, because they trust you. So they say, well, if Debbie says guys are good guys, I'm going to believe her, because you built that relationship. And we're just piggybacking on the trust and relationship that it took you 10 or 15 or however many years to build. So we really appreciate that, and do our best to honor that, and try our best to take good care of those people.
Well, and I think it's helpful too, as I was trying to go through this, because I did, and I still do, have such an attachment for them. One of the greatest helps that y'all provided too was helping with the letter. You composed the letter for me to make any adjustments I needed to make.
Yeah.
And in sending that out, it even gave the comfort my members needed. That it wasn't like, where are you going, when they were coming back to me. It was like, oh my gosh, this is great news for you, and thank you for just not dropping me.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. And just so for everybody that's listening, so when we get to this point where we're getting really close to closing, we know it's going to happen, we're just a few days away, we have prepared a letter that we craft, but we have, like in Debbie's case, the seller tweak it, put their blessing on, and say, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say. And then we send that out to every customer. They get that letter, and then our team will all come together and they'll call every customer and just give a 5-10 minute, if they catch them. It's hard to catch people at home, but leave a message or tell them, hey, we just want to introduce ourselves, get to know you a little bit. We're going to be taking good care of you, but try to make it as personal as we can, this transition.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. And my only advice is to agents is to, just make sure the communication is staying open between each other, because if I got return mail, it takes 5 minutes just to send an email to say, hey, it should be this or it should be that, whatever. Our members, they deserve that with everything that's going on in the industry, that they need that. So.
Well, I think that's it. Hey, thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay.
I will, definitely. Okay.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.